You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in your fingers. You can feel it running down to your toes, as I believe the poets of Westlife, I think, once sang about. There is a general election feeling in the air. Everyone can really, honestly feel it. And we know it's coming. The Tories can feel that it's coming. They cannot stop what might be the inevitable push that triggers a general election. And we are all expecting a May general election to trigger. So not only will this combine with the big general election, but you'll have the local elections and two very big but very two big, potentially big losses coming to the Tories as well, with their local mayoralties in, of course, Teesside and the what was it now, West Midlands. So those would be two very big, significant losses. And I'll tell you now, I can't wait for Ben Houchen to lose, because then we can get to see what's really been going on at that Freeport. Oh boy, will we ever. But they know it's coming. He cannot stop it. There have even been calls that Sunak should immediately go out and just rule out a spring general election happening and announce one to happen more towards the end of the year. That is what we've seen a lot of Conservative commentators trying to push for. However, we have to take actions and look at what the Tories are currently trying to do. They know a general election, of course, is round the corner. So the worst thing to happen, of course, during a general election is if, well, some bad news were to appear, or something similar were to suddenly crop up, like a really inconvenient report, or maybe a bad ruling, or at least a ruling that seems bad to them that completely scuppers their Rwanda deal. More on that in a bit as well. So this is what we are seeing at the moment. The Conservatives rapidly running around, trying to hide reports, delay freedom of information requests. They are on the move, and they are on the move like never before. So we're going to have a look into more of this activity that's going on at Westminster with the Conservatives, or at least the current government, trying to hide essentially the evidence before, well, the new people get in. So before we do go getting into that, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, well, buy me coffee. And of course, there is the YouTube thank you button. And of course, the Pony Club down below as well. And remember, it is the Wednesday, so it is Pony Club video day. And of course, the Patreon members also gain access to that video as well. So if you'd like to gain access to that as well, again, sign up down below to the Pony Club, join the Patreon, and like I say, we'll have a lot of fun today. Especially, we'll be talking more about what the Conservatives are thinking about this potential upcoming general election. It's going to be quite a fun video. So, before we do go getting into today's video, though, like I say, thank you very much to everyone who does help and support the channel. Even if you do, just click the like and share button. And of course, please remember to leave a link down below in the comments. It helps out all the algorithmical stuff as well. So, let's crack on into this. As we said, there are reports coming out, or meant to be coming out, that the Tories want to try and deny. Now, one of the reports coming out is the now infamous wine cellar report. Yes, because the Home Office has a wine cellar. It is one of the things of international diplomacy that you've got to, wine and dine the diplomats, and that traditionally how it's been done. So the Foreign Office has a wine cellar, a government-owned wine cellar. And we are not the only ones to do this, by the way. Every government in the world practically has one of these. Like, there's very, very few governments who do not have this. So that's why there is an official government position of like chief of the wine cellar. It's like the master of the wines or mistress of the wines. I believe like the official title's called. But why is this report in particular being delayed. Well, this report was meant to be out before Christmas, before they broke it before Christmas. Of course, this report did not materialize. Why did this report not materialize? Well, wouldn't you have guessed that this report in particular covers, of course, the COVID period, which raises questions, of course. Where did Boris Johnson and co. get all those wines from? Was it from the wine cellar? Well, we're just going to quickly read this part because it just goes to show you why they are desperately trying to keep this under wraps. So, the stock of this original list was meant to be published back in early of 2023. And this was subsequently then scheduled for July. Ministers then said it would appear in the autumn. So you can see it was meant to be early 2023, scheduled for July, then it would be the autumn. And then a Foreign Office Minister, Andrew Michael, had to answer an urgent parliamentary question, to which he said that it would be before the Christmas recess. But of course, this never materialized. These delays now mean it is now 2.5 years since the last official statement on the usage, value, costs, and stock levels of the wine cellar was made in July of 2021. And of course, this yet to be published data would cover the period of March 2020 to March 2022, the whole course of the pandemic. And given that the cellar is supposed to be used only to provide to guests of the government from home and overseas with wines of appropriate quality at reasonable costs, the report would be expected to show a decline in consumption given the curbs on indoor gatherings and international travel caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the last report, the cellar's stock stood at over 32,000 bottles of wine, spirits, with a market value of over 3.2 million back in March of 2022. So this has been the big question people have wanted to ask for quite a while. Where did you get all these wines from? You know, when we were supposedly, bringing in these suitcases, of course, full of wine. Was this coming from the Foreign Office wine cellar? It would certainly be highly embarrassing, shall we say, for this report to be put out. And of course, it's not just this report that is being delayed by the Conservatives as well. The Rwanda bill. Some of the hard right-wing Tory factions are trying to push for this bill to be passed this week. But as we've said before, they do not have a majority for this bill in the Lords. So ultimately, it would go to the Lords, probably get battered back, especially if the Tory right get their way and try to make this really, really harsh restrictions that they're trying to sort of put in this bill. You then get the what would eventually be, if it does pass in the Lords, you would then get the inevitable challenges in the High Court. And of course, if this all happens during a general election, it is going to be highly, highly embarrassing for the government, leading and speculating to a lot of people that this is why Rishi wants to fight this next general election to basically say, aha, vote Tories, get Rwanda. It's not going to be, shall we say, the most popular policy. Like I say, it's not even that good a policy to begin with, but this is just really where the Tory party are, as we've said before, all out of ideas, where they think that somehow sending 200 people to Rwanda is a fix for the asylum system. And of course, not only that, today we've got rid of the backlog. We've got rid of the backlog. See, it's nowhere near where it was. And of course, they're not publishing figures. They're not being honest about the numbers. And a report that we are going to cover in our next video, civil servants being absolutely distraught by the fact that the government is putting out these numbers when they themselves know that it's not true. So look out for that video next time. And of course, with that, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, ring the bell as well so you get a reminder of when that video comes out. And of course, thank you very much all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. And of course, please do remember to click on the like, share, and leave a comment down below as well on your way out. And let's speculate about how much it cost of the wine that maybe Boris Johnson drank, considering, as we said, at the time of at least what was meant to be in there 2022, should have been in the total of at least £3.2 million worth of wine in that wine cellar. How much wine do you think did Boris Johnson and co. maybe drink through in that time? So, as always, thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.